It's kind of weird, but I could have sworn any moment of happiness I felt. It was never like experiencing true happiness for the first time. Like I've experienced that a few times as it's been, and I experienced the fondness of nostalgia, and like it was weird because I remember the moments of nostalgia and confusing it just for like happiness. But like I remember them like in a dream. I remember that fondness, and that in itself fostered a sense of happiness, but like it wasn't happiness purely in and of itself. It wasn't something that was happening for the first time. It was like I was remembering something. More and more I look back, especially with memories concerning this mall or concerning Strawberry Park, the more I realize like I was looking at things in my life with a sense of nostalgia. Even though, like, practically speaking, like, that was the first time I was seeing that thing, as far as my memory went, that I could recall. That was the first time I was experiencing that thing, but, like, it came through in my emotional senses as nostalgia. And I always found that so freaking weird. Like I have this reoccurrence, right? Where I'm experiencing novelty. These ugly ass things. God, they're fucking hideous. They put these up after the fact. After, Pasadena Town Square Mall got taken over by a bunch of mojos, as we call them. It's just a nickname for wetbacks. Ugh, that smell. It smells old and rotted. Can I get in from here? Probably not. No. This mall is done for. It's completely closed for business. No more pitter patter of feet traveling through this place anymore. It's done for. And yet, isn't it strange? I always thought it was strange. Like, maybe it's just me, but I'm pretty sure it's not. But, like, why keep the lights on? You know? Why keep the lights on? That's what always, like, perplexed me. Why in the world are you keeping the lights on? This power is precious. And we can never get enough power. We always need, like, more. And, like, there's always some kind of energy crisis happening somewhere to some degree. Why in the world keep the lights on for a place that literally doesn't have anyone going through it anymore? There's no maintenance crew. There's no, like, staff. There's no people in there. There's no one. There's nothing in there. There's nothing at all. Nothing at all. Nothing at all is in there anymore. But they keep the lights on. Isn't that freaking weird? There's this big open parking lot now. Used to be a parking lot that was moderately full of vehicles from people coming to visit. Pasadena Town Square Mall. Now it's completely empty, barren. Ugh, just stepped in mud. Come around back. This is where they offload all the stuff for the trucks. Yeah. There's a docking port, truck dock, 6. It's a city truck. They drive around here every now and then, I imagine, make sure nobody's trying to break in. Guarding this abandoned, derelict property that nobody cares about anymore. No one's gonna do anything with it. And yet they hire security to make sure, you know, no one breaks into this property that no one cares about anymore. Another strangeness of human behavior. Shutters with a bunch of obscenities written on it as usual. The F word is their favorite word. There'd be some places you look, you think that's the only word they know how to use. Someone decided to just carve out a hole. There's a storefront for I think what used to be Sears or Dillard's, same difference. God, it's real muggy today. Oh, humid. Freaking hate the weather. If it gets like this. There's the other side. There used to be a side of Not sure if it's here on the other side of the freaking mall construct that had those classic long arches with those vaunted arches. It's like long columns with the vaunted arches that you often see with like Dillard's and the other storefronts that they put in the malls like this. You'd see it in that one mall, in the oldest view, the Dallas Mall, where the rolling giant met its fate. Yeah, the oldest view. This was the entrance for one of my ex-girlfriend, Megan. Oh shit, I should have said his name. Fuck it, whatever. Anyways, one of my ex-girlfriends, she got her car, like it fucking matters, nobody watches this shit. She got her car, jacked into. Somebody broke into her car and stole the stereo. In this same entrance. Came out, her car's blinkers were just blinking. And she was like, I didn't leave the hazard lights on, did I? I was like, no. Come to find out, somebody just straight up opened the door because she never locked her damn door because she thought it was too shitty to steal anything. Wrong. They stole the stereo system. There's always something for them to steal. Stereo system was like, not the stock system, but it wasn't that great. Sometimes it would screw up. But they stole it anyway. Now she got to listen to the sweet sound of air coming through her windows as she made her daily drives. Because she also didn't have AC, of course, That's almost like it's a necessary mandate, the cars that shitty, they have to have no AC as well, on top of everything else that they don't have. This, of course, was a Sears. Growing up, I always thought like the Sears was like the classy department store of all the department stores, because I barely saw them really. Where I lived, I didn't see many Sears. And there was a time like I'd see like a Sears catalog or something, they always put something really nifty or neat on the front cover. I was like, ooh, that's where they keep all the cool, neat stuff. Sears. Some people just, I guess, they use this as a trekking place, a jogging trail, if you will, maybe, if anything. Don't see many people even doing that anymore around here. They probably think it's too shady. Well, I think, if I'm not mistaken, those classic arches I was talking about are over there on the other side. That's a rare sight. Somebody doing some work here. Maybe they're just stealing some shit, who knows? Truck Dock 3. Not much of a truck dock. There's a parking garage for the postal office. That's right next door. Over there. Here's the main entrance that everybody mostly entered through. Entrance B. See, they got it boarded up now. Used to be a Macy's right next door. Gosh, I went to this freaking place so often. Especially Macy's. Every now and then Macy's will have some really neat winter wear. You know, pea coats and whatnot that I like to look at. Man, I'm out of shape. Someone broke the glass, so of course they boarded it up. See all the wear and tear and the rot. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's around this side where those characteristic vaunted arches are. Ah, shucks, it's not. I was mistaken. Oh yeah, that's right. They used to be here, and then Macy's bought out Dillard's or whatever. And then Macy's put their crappy ass arches here instead of the characteristic vaunted arches of Dillard's. Macy's came in and be like, look at our ugly shit in particular. So now we have that. Well, if you have an imagination at all, just replace those red arches with the white ones or vanilla colored ones. That's pretty much how it looked like before. Now it's just another dead mall.